Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003. It's time for the Tropicana 400. So as we enter the summer stretch of the NASCAR Winston Cup season, it's the final race before the three-race wild card stretch, with two races at Daytona, that being the road course and the 400, and of course the Sonoma race. We're 13th in points, 320 points behind, which is pretty much two full Winston Cup events. Your points leader, though, is going to be Sterling Marlin, cruising to potentially a second championship. So let's pick our paint scheme. I feel like running the primary. I think that would be fun. And without further ado, let's go to Chicagoland. Alrighty, folks, we qualified 5th, and well, this is going to be a fun event. So without further ado, let's see how it plays out.
The NASCAR Winston Cup Series comes to Illinois this week for today's race, the Tropicana 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. This is still a new track for these teams. Tell us about it, Barney.
This speedway is a 1.5-mile trioval with a wide racing surface and decent banking. That will keep the speeds up and the action very exciting.
What a great starting position for Jeff Burton.
You're right, Joe, and what a welcome relief this must be. This team has been working hard all year, but it seems they can never catch a break in qualifying. This time, they're starting up front.
Jeremy Mayfield experienced an up-and-down year in 2000. He had 12 top 10s and 4 poles, but also had 11 DNFs.
He was either running up front with the leaders or taking an early exit. Those wins are great, but each DNF is exactly the opposite and can take a driver out of a points race real quick.
With over 25 seasons under his belt, Ricky Rudd is NASCAR's most experienced full-time driver.
You know, that just goes to show you how much the money factor can come into play. Ricky's been the same old driver all this time. He had a hard couple of years getting things done when he was driving for his own underfinanced race team.
Alrighty, folks, how about that front row for Chicagoland? Checking out the number 63 car and the number 46 car. It's an interesting front row. But, hey, Chicagoland's been very, very good to us in this playthrough. This might be a turning point for the season. Get this, 3 wild card races coming up. If there's a way to make 300-plus points up, it's going to be in this 4-race stretch. And, hey, we got some Roush up here, guys. Check that out. Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle. And 26 laps here at Chicagoland. Let's see how this one shakes out, fellas. Oh, boy. I imagine the first 2 cars are going to be pretty slow. And that's going to allow Kurt Busch and them to be held up. But, I mean, there is so many fantasy cars up here in the top 5 as trying to get through the gear ratios. And we were 5th in qualifying, so we have some speed in it, but it just takes a while for it to get up to speed. Chicagoland in this playthrough has generally been a closer packed style, 1.5 mile style racing, where it's not going to be spread out like Charlotte or Texas. The cars kind of stay in a group. Kind of consider it what you would see maybe in the years 2020 or 2021 with the artificial tapered spacers. And oh, we got a big wiggle behind us there, guys. That was close. Gordon and the company had to slow up. Whoa, contact. But you can see how the cars are not able to break away in the front. The only reason there's a gap between both packs is because one car got loose and the AIs are programmed to brake. But it's going to be fun to see how this one shakes out. I think Kurt Busch is the leader, I believe. Everyone else is getting held up behind Biffle and company. And let's confirm that. Yes, it is the Roush Kurt Busch. And good news for the all those Chicagoland fans out there. Chicagoland Speedway. Oh, look at that hard contact to the wall. That was crazy. But Chicagoland Speedway is actually hosting an event in 2023. No, not a stock car race, but a motocross race, I think it is. Supercross, motocross, whatever they call it. Apparently, they're going to be hosting one in the infield here at Chicagoland. Which, for you NASCAR fans out there, that is huge. The fact that they're willing to host something like that here at Chicago is probably a great placeholder or a test to see if there's still a motorsports market for this racetrack. As we know, the Chicago street circuit's probably going to be around for a few years, and when that's up, don't be surprised this track comes back, guys. I have faith that Chicagoland can come back. The fans want it, the drivers want it, and from what I understand, the people in the community would be willing to pay the tickets for it because the racing would be fantastic with the current Gen 7 product. Who knows? But what I'm saying is good news for the Chicagoland fans as the time of this video. So, pit stops could be around lap 13. Lap 14, Kurt Busch putting on a clinic, I might add. Greg Biffle being an anchor in front of everyone here. Our cars, it needs a little bit more right now. I think we kind of missed a little bit of the race trim setup. It's fast, but it's not where it needs to be. We are definitely a 11th place car. Need to find a way to gain on Kurt Busch on that pit stop. One thing I found was really interesting about this game, I was watching a couple of videos about the beta for Thunder 2003, which was, this game was released in 2002, right? 20th anniversary. It was in, I think, July. And it was talking about some of the missing features or missing paint schemes or whatever was changed in it. And there was 6 paint schemes that were, taken out of the game or not included. One of those I thought was extremely interesting was Kurt Busch's first win paint scheme, which was the Bristol 1 million, as Gordon is hounding us from behind. That paint scheme was actually supposed to be in this game. Ken Schrader's, Snickers paint scheme? I think it was ran in 2001, but that paint scheme was supposed to be in this game. And let's see, Mark Martin was originally going to have the Mark Martin logos instead of the Pfizer logos on his number 6 car. So that was technically a unique paint scheme. And the other one that I can remember, which was the coolest one out of them all, was Robbie Gordon's Spider-Man car that he ran at, I believe it was Fontana in 02. As Gordon is just much faster than us here. That was a paint scheme that was going to be included in the game. And Terry Labonte's Cheez-It car, I think, was another one. So there was a good majority of pretty high-quality paint schemes that were going to be added into the game. Maybe they had to reduce it due to, limitations. Thunder 03 was a pretty big step from Thunder 02. So I can imagine they needed to handicap the hardware, because, on the PlayStation 2, guys, your smartphone has probably 5 times more power than a PlayStation 2, to put that in perspective. So anyways, we're dropping back here. Gordon's on the move. Kurt Busch is in his own zip code, and pit stops are happening right now. We're trying to get around Greg Biffle. We got to make some wholesale changes on this car. It just doesn't have speed. I mean, it just doesn't have speed. We worked with the gear ratios, the wedge, track bar, all that good stuff. Nothing seems to get this car going. And there's your points leader, Sterling Marlin. Anyone coming in here? Let's see. No one's pitting. We're back to 12th. I think a caution right now would be great. Just something to mix up the field and let the cards fall where they may. Greg Biffle, man, come on. Look, I know Greg Biffle is a super talented cat, but in this game, he's programmed to just do horribly. We got a guy, he was 133, okay. He's blowing up with the infield. That's always fun. All right, cats are pitting. We need to pit now. We're losing way too much track time. Don't run me over, Greg Biffle. Oh, no, we're going to miss pit road. No, we're not. Oh, it's an absolute miracle. It is a miracle. Thank you, Lord. That was close. That was not a legal pit stop. Let's just be honest. We completely missed the orange cone, the pit line, everything. That was a legal pit stop. So anyways, how y'all doing out there? Hopefully we get a good pit stop here. We need one. Whew. The car just feels sluggish, guys. The car just feels sluggish. We made some air pressure adjustment there. Great pit stop. By the way, great pit stop. And there's Gordon ahead of us. Oh yeah, another paint scheme or unique car that they were going to add in the beta. I just reminded myself. Matt Kenseth's 2002 Busch Series paint scheme. the Janny King car, the black and white Janny King car, that was supposed to be in this game as well. So it's just a little, quirky thing. Contact between Waltrip and Casey Atwood. Or that's not Casey Atwood, that's Jay McMurray, excuse me. It's the 9th season, drivers retire and all that good stuff. Oh boy. It takes forever to get this thing up to speed, man. So it's a little bit looser, right? We got more handling. We went with a softer tire pressure, so that should allow the tires to flex a little bit more, give it some more grip to the racetrack. But we're lacking speed, just raw horsepower, man. A whole bunch of cars pitting up ahead. We're 22nd currently. We'll probably be mired back in the 14th position. Race leader is Jimmy Johnson. I think he's on a contrarian strategy. We'll see how this one shakes out. Pretty cool to see Jimmy Johnson back in the Cup Series. 2002 being his rookie year, gets his first win at Fontana, and to see him come back 21 years later, oh my goodness. He's still racing 21 years later. Yo, this guy's slowing us up here. Is he pitting? Or no? Oh, he is pitting. Ooh, brake check. Yeah, okay, yeah, we gave up 5 positions there, but that was going to be much worse if we didn't brake check. Because he was going to swipe our nose, create extensive damage, and our car would have been really, really, well, much more slower than it already is. I got to hold up Sterling Marlin here, man. Just this car has no speed in it. I'm almost full throttle the whole way around this track, and I still can't even get any positions. That's pretty sad when Greg Biffle is passing you on the inside lane, considering how slow he is programmed in this game. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We just need a caution, man. Dang it. I can't get to the inside there. Here's Sterling Marlin. Robbie Gordon. Come on, I got a brake check. Go for it. No! No, Mayfield, no! I need the inside lane. And Mayfield's going to take it. Here comes Bobby Labonte, Ricky Craven. I mean, it's the floodgates. Once the inside lane is open, everyone goes for it. Let's get a top 5 update, and it's going to be Kurt Busch with Dale Jarrett. The Roush Yates camp has been really, really good for both Ford teams. We just have nothing in the corners. I mean, we have no speed. We have no momentum. I don't know how we qualified 5th. I have no idea how he qualified 5th, because this car is just, it feels like it has, like, sandbags in the trunk. There's no momentum. There is no forward bite. There is nothing about this car that makes it feel on edge. Like, it feels sluggish. Like, it gets off the corner, smooth and steady. You don't want that. You want this car loosey-goosey. Like when you're running at Charlotte, if your car is not breaking loose off turn 4, you're not trying hard enough. Look, I gotta start making some moves here. Sorry, Terry. I gotta move you up a little bit. Oh, Nelly, that was close. Yeah, you try to correct and block the bottom, and then you get loose, and you have to go back up the racetrack, and you end up giving up the inside position. I think the only thing that's really saving us here is the draft. It's just giving us a little bit of a tow. The race for the win is all but decided. Oh, late block by the 31. We're not going to have it. Late block by the 5. Not going to have it. We're going to take those positions. Hey, they've been blocking us all day, so we're gonna start going for it. That 16 car. I am impressed that he's still in the top 20 based on how bad every race that car has been. Come on, come on, come on. I mean, maybe their tires will start falling off a little bit more. We could squeak a couple positions, but I mean, there's no way we're gonna win a Winston Cup championship being this inconsistent. And it's definitely seeing, you know, this season is starting to fade away fast. If we don't win, like, all 3 of the wild card races, there's absolutely no chance of us winning this championship. I don't think. Now when you're 320 points out, we're going to need a lot of DNFs and a lot of wins. But look at that forward bite right there. As slow as the car feels, their cars are much slower on old tires. So that's the only advantage we have right now is the tire degradation. And, oh, no, we got a Stanley Steamer. Oh, that's perfect luck right there, guys. That's a 2-for-1. Wow. So now we're up to 13th. A caution within the event just about. When you get back up to speed. But I'm pretty much flat-footing around the racetrack. And it's still this slow. Biffle just, you know, bought us a break there holding up Labonte. So yeah, the best we're going to be able to do is 13th today, barring a DNF from someone up front. Car's really climbing the hill here. I love this racetrack, man. Chicagoland Speedway is such a beautiful racetrack, and I really do feel like they're going to come back to this place. I don't think they would host a motocross event in the infield if they were not... They wouldn't be demolishing this track if they were going to be hosting a motocross event. Because they do the same thing yet. Is it supercross or motocross? I get those confused. But I'm not a dirt bike enthusiast. I'm sorry. Sorry, Labonte. But if they were going to put this place in as a parking lot, they wouldn't be hosting an event there. They wouldn't be investing resources into the area, into the market. Like, why would they even try if they're just going to, bulldoze it the next year? Because there's so much advertising and so much time and effort they have to invest into that area to convince people to go to the racetrack, to go to the event. So my point is, it's not a one-year deal. There is a bigger plan in place from what I understand. It's like Rockingham. The fact that they actually repaved Rockingham, the same pavement that was there in the early 2000s, they pulled it up and they repaved it last year in December in 2022. Whoa, Labonte getting real squirrely there. He might take the position. Oh, no, I'm not giving it up. Sorry. Coming to the stripe. Come home 13th. But the fact that they pulled up the tarmac at Rockingham's. Kurt Busch gets it done. Dominating day for the Roush Couture. It's almost certain they're going to have some sort of a top 3 national series at Rockingham again. I truly do believe that, because why would they repave Rockingham for them to just let it be dormant or bulldoze it? You see what I'm saying? It's like North Wilkesboro. I mean, people might think it's going to be a one-year deal. No, the reason why they've been spending years marketing it and testing it to see if it has a demand for it is because they were serious about bringing NASCAR racing there. They started in, late 2019 or early 2020. They started tiptoeing around the idea. It gained traction. Dale Jr. helped it a lot. So if I had to say today, I really do think Chicagoland and Rockingham will get another Cup Series race, or at least the Xfinity Series race. I really do. It might age like milk, but the way things are going, hey, I love both of those tracks. Rockingham's the best short track in the country as far as I'm concerned. I love that place. Steve Park, P. Cook, A. Smith. Actually, it's my favorite short track. I don't think it's probably the best by popularity. I would say Martinsville and Bristol are pretty popular, but Rockingham is just special, man. Talk about both of these Roush Yates or I say Roush Yates. I get those confused because they're like merged nowadays, but the Robert Yates forwards you to top 5. So that's all for now. Mediocre run for the 99 car. We got to get better, but hey, the 3-race wildcard stretch is coming up. We'll see how that one shakes out. Thank you all so much for watching the video. If you can, please give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And for all your NASCAR diecast shopping needs, make sure to check out that promo code down below for Circle B Diecast, so you can, save on shipping for all your diecast needs, hats, t-shirts, you name it. It does help out the channel. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet, signing off.